What is up, guys? Joey or Skilled Hova here, and in today's video we're going to be doing a little story. And this story took place about 6 years ago. I was 8 years old and it was during the summer. So what happened was, me and my family were heading up to my cottage, and my brother and my dad realized that my brother needed a new bike because his was like broken and rusty and like he couldn't ride it at all. So my dad said that before we get to the cottage, we're gonna go buy my brother a new bike. So me being the kid that I am at the time, I wanted a new bike as well, and I didn't like the fact that my brother was getting a bike and I wasn't. So I basically threw a hissy fit asking why I couldn't get a bike, and my parents constantly telling me because my bike is perfectly fine and that I don't need a new bike. So an hour goes by, we go and get my brother's new bike, and what happened was my brother got his new bike, and it was a very nice bike at the time. And what ended up happening was we got up to my cottage. I was still mad, didn't want to talk to anybody. I basically hated everybody at that time, at that moment. So my brother went to go eat, like, I think it was lunch, but I wasn't hungry because, I was like pissed at everybody. I really didn't give a fuck what anybody was saying. So my brother went to go eat something, and I found it the perfect opportunity to go and ride his bike. So I go into the shed very secretly. Like, I was like small, and I was trying to be a fucking spy or some shit, going into that shed without anyone noticing. So what ended up happening was I took my brother's bike. I was boasting that I was able to ride it, and I was screaming I could ride the bike. Like, I just started screaming, saying that I was able to ride it, and I was so happy. And to prove a point to myself, I told myself that I could ride down a hill. And this hill was huge. This hill was very steep and very long. So what ended up happening was I told myself that I can do it. So I attempted it, and I was going really down. Like, I was going really fast down the hill, and there was a fence and the road. So I could have either went into the fence or I could have went into the road where all the cars were. So I tried to not go into either, and I turned trying to get back onto the field, but I failed and I smashed right into the wood fence. I think it was the most pain that I've ever been in my whole life, because I haven't been in a lot of pain, but that was a lot of pain. I've never experienced more pain than that, and I never want to, because after I went to the hospital and they told me that I had a fractured arm, and that was the first time, and I was only 6 years old or 8 years old, and I was scared, and my mom was pissed, and my dad was pissed, and everyone was just basically pissed at me. I think after that, after about 2 days, my stomach started hurting like a lot, and my legs were hurting, and it was because I later realized that there was huge bruising on my stomach and on my legs, and it was really painful. And so what ended up happening was my parents grounded me for about a week, I think it is. I don't know. I don't remember this like 100%. My mom had to fill me in before I actually filmed this video, because she's the one that like remembers it like fully. And so after that, my parents are just mad and all that. But still till this day, my parents laugh about it and asking me why I was so stupid to go down a huge hill on a new bike. And I guess I owe my brother a new bike, so I'm gonna start trying to save up money for him for a new bike. Yeah, actually, I'm not gonna do that. Screw him.